What's going on, guys? It's your boy Decoder, and welcome back to another YugiTuber ruling quiz video. Today I have a pro player and a YugiTuber all wrapped up into one. God. The one and only Paka what is here?
What's up, guys?
Your remote duel YCS champion. He won with Prank Kids, and today, Pac, how confident are you that you know your Prank Kid rulings, my dude?
I feel like I know most of them, but I don't know. There can be so many things I don't know, so I'm excited to see what I don't know. And yeah, no, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun.
One thing that I will say, you haven't been playing the game for that long, but I've watched your progression, dude, and it's so crazy how well you understand your rulings in just the little amount of time that you've actually been playing the game. I'm genuinely very impressed, and I'm really curious to see how well you do with these rulings for the deck that you piloted to first place. The channel point predictions have already been made. As I've said already before, I've extended you the ultimate challenge. You told me that you were really confident. You told me, bro, I'm going for 8 out of 8 or bust. So that's what we're going to do. If you get 8 out of 8 questions right, the chat will receive their channel points. Are you ready to go, my friend? Ready for question number 1?
Perfect. Let's do it. Let's run it.
So here, your opponent is going to flip up their set Mask of Restrict. Here, while your opponent controls Mask of Restrict, are you allowed in this current game state to activate the on-field effect of Prank Kids Battle Butler?
I'm just gonna read Meow Mew, but I'm pretty sure you can. I think
yes, sir.
Yeah, final answer, you can.
For what reason?
Because you can banish Meow Mew instead from your graveyard.
So final answer, you are allowed to activate the Prank Kids Battle Butler?
Yeah, correct, by banishing Meow Mew.
All right, so you are obviously correct. I know you know this one. This is the type of thing that does come up quite often in the kind of games that you'd be playing with Prank Kids. In this situation, you are allowed to activate the Prank Kids Battle Butler. However, you are not allowed to tribute the Battle Butler itself. You're only allowed to activate the effect by replacing the cost of the Battle Butler with the banishing of the Meow Moo. The reason why is because when you would pay the cost of the card, you can substitute that initial cost with banishing the Meow Moo, meaning that you still fulfill the cost of the Battle Butler successfully from what the game sees, so you're not doing anything that Mask of Restrict is preventing you from doing. Easy peasy, 1 for 1. Off to a very, very good start. You got 7 more to go, but you're doing it. You're doing well off the start. Are you ready for question number 2?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's run question number 2. You control a Prank Kids Dropsies. Your opponent has a set card. Any idea what that set card might be?
Floodgate. It's a floodgate.
A floodgate? Well, I think it is. It could be classified as a floodgate. During your main phase, you normal summon the Dropsies, and your opponent is going to flip their set Bad Reaction to Samochi.
In
this situation, you already know this one? Let me ask the question, bro. This is my quiz. Let me ask my question.
yeah, go for it, bro.
So here you link summon your Prank Kids Dropsies. You link summon the Prank Kids Dropsies in order to link summon for the Prank Kids Meow Moo. In this situation, can you activate the effect of Prank Kids Dropsies? And if so, how does the effect resolve?
So you're legally allowed to activate Dropsies, but the way it will resolve is you will not be able to summon a Prank Kid monster from your deck or hand. Mainly because if I remember that Trap Card's effect is it basically so you would actually burn 1,000 damage, and because you did not gain life off of Dropsies, it will not be able to summon from the deck. It's very similar to like how Dark Ruler and Lamsies work. So yeah, final answer, Dropsies is allowed to activate. You just take 1,000, you can summon a Prank Kid from your hand or deck.
All right, well, with confidence, you are 2 for 2. You are correct. The effect of Dropsies is a legal activation. You will take 1,000 points of damage, and because you did not fulfill the gaining 1,000 life points, you did not fulfill the A portion of this then effect, so you cannot perform the B portion, so the Dropsies will not be able to summon anything. Very good job. Yo, you're actually clapping it, dude. Easy clap, 2 for 2 with absolute confidence.
Bad reaction to Samochi, bro. Bro, that's a very old card, actually.
It's a card that was played a lot in the Nurseburn decks, bro. This is Nurseburn, but OG, bro. All right. Well, currently 2 for 2. Are you ready to go into question number 3, Pat?
Yes. Let's do it.
All right. Let's run it with question number 3. So this is the current board state. You control a Prank Kids Rocket Ride. Your opponent has a Bean Soldier. So you summon the Prank Kids Rocket Ride, and you activate the effect of the Prank Kids Rocket Ride. In this situation, you go to the battle phase. You attack your opponent directly with the Rocket Ride. On the attack declaration, your opponent is going to flip their set Infinite Impermanence. After the Infinite Impermanence resolves on the Prank Kids Rocket Ride, what happens.
Yeah, so the attack will still go through directly, except your opponent will take 2,000 points of damage, because the reason why is Rocket Ride has already resolved its effect in order to attack directly, but then the modification of like 1,000 attack, when monsters gets Impermanence, like that gets reduced, or it goes back to what it was before. So like, because its effect has already successfully resolved, all the Imperm does is just gives it back 1,000 attack, and the attack will still resolve directly. So you just take 2k and say, thanks for the free grand.
Is that your final answer? With confidence,
yes.
Once again, bro.
Final answer,
You are confident, start to finish. Pack, you are correct. 3 for 3. So effectively, the reason why is because when the Rocket Ride applies to itself, it gains that ability to attack directly, and if you negate the effects after that has already been applied, that is not something that will be removed from the Rocket Ride because that effect has already been applied, as opposed to when a monster directly alters its own stats and cannot alter any other monster's stats. If you negate its effects after that effect has resolved, those stat reductions or stat addition get removed after the monster's effects get negated. So here, you're correct. The Prankid's Rocket Ride does not lose the ability to attack directly, so the direct attack continues, but it does have its attack loss removed due to the infinite impermanence, so it will swing directly for 2,000 points of damage, and a replay does not occur. You're currently 3 for 3. The believers are happy, bro. They're like, damn, the confidence in this man.
Yo,
he knows.
I'm afraid of question 7 and 8 though, bro.
You're only afraid of 7 and 8? What if 5 and 6 are rough too, bro? We're only 3 deep.
It's supposed to be progressively harder, so like I feel like the hardest ones have to be 7 and 8.
All right, well, currently 3 for 3. Are you ready to move in to question number 4?
Sure.
All right, question number 4. In this current situation, actually, we're going to be summoning a couple more monsters to the board here because we need more on the field in order to ask this question. So here, we assume the Prankid's Pandemonium has been set since a previous turn. It is your turn once again, but this has been set since before, so it is legal to activate. Okay. Here, if you activate your set, Prankid's Pandemonium, and your opponent chains to it by activating their own Imperial order. After the Prankid's Pandemonium has resolved, are you legally allowed to attempt to link summon for access code talker with the monsters currently on your field?
For the rest of this card resolves, you cannot. You cannot link summon access code talker because the card still resolves. It just resolves negated. Wait, let me double check. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, is that all one effect? That's the hard part, right? This one I'm not sure on, to be honest.
Is it all one effect? That is the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, it's like is that like? I want to say, like, let me think. If you, like, activate Extravagance and it has a very similar claw, I'm just going to read, like, Extrav real quick.
Yeah, at the start of your main phase 1, banish 3 or 6. Draw 1 card for every 3 cards banished. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot draw any cards by card effects.
Wait, oh, shoot. If you get Extrav and then I think you can Desires, if I remember correctly. Because it's worded exactly the same as, like, Pandemonium. If I remember correctly, if you get Ash on Extravagance, I believe you could still Desires. Oh, man, that's rough. I kind of want to say that you this one is interesting, but I want to say that
this is one of those situations that a lot of players will, like, they're not too sure, judges are not too sure. It's one of those things that you have to know.
Yeah, because I have to remember, it's literally worded the same way as Extravagance. What I need to remember is, like, I think there was a deck that I literally played both Extrav and Desires in, and then the logic was like, oh, if I get Ash on Extrav, I can just Desires after. Okay, you know what? I think I'll just go with my opposite gut feeling, which was I thought you couldn't link summon access code talker, and then go with the fact that you can link summon access code talker, and I guess I'll lock in the final answer.
How confident are you on this one, Pack?
I'll be honest, I'm not that confident, but that's just what I remember, so I could easily be so wrong on this.
All right, well, here, the answer is you are correct. You are allowed to attempt to link summon the access code talker here using those 4 monsters on your field, because the effect of Prankid's Pandemonium, even though there's a full stop in between the first part and the second part, this is all treated as one effect, and because that one effect was negated by the Imperial order, the restriction on Prankid's Pandemonium will not apply if the Prankid's Pandemonium has its activation or its effects negated. So you are allowed to link some of the access code talker. 4 for 4. Pack does not miss.
Bro,
he doesn't
shout
miss.
out to Copium World, bro.
Shoutouts to Extrav. Shoutouts to
Literally.
extravagant desires, bro. All right, well, currently 4 for 4. Are you ready to get into question number 5? Currently undefeated, going into round 5 of YCS Coder ruling questions. So here, you control Prankid's Fansies, Prankid's Lamsies. Your opponent controls Melfi Rabi, they control Anti-Human Intelligence Messiah, and they have previously resolved Hanewada this turn. In this situation, you are going to be link summoning with your Prankid's Lamsies and your Prankid's Fansies. You also control Prankid's Place here. You're going to be link summoning your Lamsies and your Fansies in order to link summon into the Bow Wow Bark. In this situation, which trigger effects can you activate here, assuming that you do not have any Prankid's monsters in your deck? You only have Prankid's spells.
You only have Prankid spells. Okay. Oh, that's a great question. Okay, I just need to read that card. It came as a Starlight, actually.
Yeah, dude. So Messiah is a very simple pendulum effect.
Does it have a trigger? Wait, scroll down to the bottom. What does it say?
It does not. It does. None of the monster effects are relevant. What we're talking about here is only the pendulum effect.
Okay, so I know for sure you can still reduce monsters, even because there's like negative stats. So you can still reduce the vanilla monster by 500 attack from the field spell. Hanewada is being applied, which means no effect damage, correct?
Yes, no effect damage.
You can discard this card. You take no effect damage this turn. So okay, so Lamsies definitely cannot activate. And then that floodgate, it says any card except monster cards.
Anything
right?
except monsters that hits the grave gets banished instead.
Oh, okay. But we only have spell cards in the deck.
You only have spell cards in the deck.
Okay, so you're asking which trigger can be activated. So even if they activate and don't do anything, that's still part of the question.
Yeah,
so,
I'm effectively asking. I'm effectively asking when you summon the Bow Wow Bark, you want to activate every legal trigger. What legal triggers can you activate? Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming you want to activate every legal effect, which effects can you activate here?
So I would say Fansies, Lamsies, and Place are all legal trigger effects that can be activated here if you were to activate everything. Mainly because nothing stops you from activating these cards. You know, it just means you don't get to summon any Prankid, which is kind of sad. So they're all legal triggers. So I would say Fansies, Lamsies, and Plays are all legal.
Okay. How would you say that this chain would resolve in this case then?
So chain 1, 2, 3. I'll make 3 Plays, 2 Fansies, and 1 Lamsy. So 3 Plays would attempt to reduce that monster by 500, but obviously it would still be 0. Unless like you buff it up somehow by like 800 attack or something, it would be at 300 because like negative values for some reason in Yu-Gi-Oh. Chaining 2 Fansies would still attempt to resolve as much as possible, and it would banish the spell from your deck, but it would not be able to summon any Prankid monsters from your hand or deck. Obviously, you don't have any anyways, but assuming you did, you can't. And then in Chainlink 1, the Lamsies will try to burn you for 500, but then, of course, Hanewada is insane in Trad Tournament. And so your opponent will not get inflicted any effect damage. Yeah, even if you somehow had a kid in your hand, because we're assuming none is in the deck, you can't summon that kid from the hand. Those are the trigger effects, and I think that's how they would resolve.
And that is the final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Bro, you're absolutely killing it. Here, you can legally activate the Fansies, the Lamsies, and the Prankid's Place. In this case, you are correct. The Prankid's Place will effectively apply to the Rabi. Even though it has 0 attack, you can still reduce a 0 attack monster by 500 attack with Place, so it is a legal activation. You will also not burn for 500 here. The opponent here is not aware of the effect of the Hanewada and took 500 damage here for no reason. The opponent doesn't know. You'd have to let him know, otherwise you're creating an irreparable game state. And then here, the Lamsies is going to banish a Prankid spell from the deck. All 3 of these are legal activations, but you are correct that the Lamsies and the Fansies would not be able to summon anything should you have a Prankid's monster in hand, because the Fansies did not successfully send a card to the graveyard, and the Lamsies did not successfully burn your opponent, even though the opponent seems to not remember what the effect of his Hanewada does. All right, 5 for 5, dude. You are well on your way to the 8 out of 8. You would be the very first to get 8 out of 8.
Oh, man.
No one else has gotten
that'd be sick.
So right now, you are in good contention to be right up there with the greats, but you also still have the possibility to be all the way at the top with 8 out of 8, and only 3 ruling questions stand in your way. How confident do you feel that you can clutch it out?
So, I mean, so far, so good, but I just gotta think a little bit more, and hopefully we get there, so.
All right, ready for question number 6?
Sure, let's do it.
So, this is the current game state. You control Prankid's Weather Washer, and Prank Kid's Battle Butler, your opponent controls a Sangan. In this situation, you are going to enter the battle phase. You're going to declare an attack with your Battle Butler on your opponent's Sangan. On attack declaration, you are going to use the effect of your Prank Kid's Battle Butler, tributing itself in order to wipe your opponent's field. Here, your opponent's Sangan gets destroyed. On resolution of the chain, where Battle Butler destroys the Sangan, can your opponent legally activate the effect of their Sangan to search from the deck, or does the Weather Washer prevent it from being able to activate?
I did this with Twin Twister before, and they couldn't respond. Now I just gotta think about Sangan, because Sangan's a mandatory effect. So the question is whether or not mandatory effects will activate, even under like the Armades-esque effect of Weather Washer, right? I mean, it's one of those things like I don't even need to read the cards. It's more of like you just gotta know it if you know it, right?
Sure.
Let me think. So can mandatory effects still activate under Weather Washer? The question is also whether or not declaring an attack is the same part as...
Throwing you for a loop,
it's rough. Yeah, this one is a good one because the thing is, right, like at what point is a monster considered attacking? But I don't know. I feel like it still attacks because it's not like Dante, or it's not like Zeus where it says like battled or declare or anything like that. But I think like, oh wait, I feel like there are mandatory effects that... Oh my god, wait, hold on. Is it Mystic Mine? Can mandatory effects activate under Mystic Mine? That's what I gotta think.
That is a very good question. Mystic Mine does indeed say that they cannot activate effects.
Yeah, because it's not like it's not like having a because for example, let's say you have like Colossus and Sangan, right? Like Sangan can still activate under Colossus, but cards like Mystic Mine is very different than Colossus.
Mystic Mine here reads: if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack.
I think because it says you cannot even activate it, mandatory effects can't activate at all. It's on attack. Oh man, the other loop. So that's the first thing I have to like get over. The second hurdle is like determining.
This one is a multiple parter. You have to look at multiple different things in the game state. It's a very simple game state, but a lot of different types of effects are being used here.
Yeah, no, this one is rough. I'm not confident on this one, to be honest with you.
Where are you leaning a bit towards?
I want to say that Sangan cannot activate only because I think Weather Watcher is very similar to Mystic Mine in the sense that like your opponent can't activate anything at all. Wait, so it gets a redeclare though. Okay, wait, hold on. So I declare an attack with Weather Watcher. I go.
You declared an attack with the Battle Butler, actually.
Okay. Declare an attack with Battle Butler. Declare an attack with Butler on attack declaration. Use Butler's effect. Pops the Sangan. The thing is, on resolution, is it still within that same window of attack? Pranked monsters attacking. Bro, what the hell is this? I've never thought about it like this.
I mean, hey, this is something that can be very relevant that could come up. Imagine you're doing
it can
this
be
exact
definitely
same
relevant.
play.
Yeah.
If this play works, then you do this into a board of floaters, and you just get to wipe all the floaters they can't activate, right? Or if it doesn't work, then you basically have your answer to this. So at the end of the day, it's whether or not this is a good play or a bad play.
No, I've done this with Twin Twisters. So I know like if I attack with Weather Washer and I twin their back row, they can't like respond, and then I just like the Weather Washer attack goes through.
So are you like 50-50, 60-40?
I'm like very 50-50. Okay. I think you can go either or. Because like on resolution, their monster is no longer attacking. Because like after you destroy the Sangan, the Battle Butler is no longer considered in a attacking, like there's no pranked monster attacking right now. I kind of want to say that like Sangan can activate. Yeah, okay, I'll go with, I believe Sangan can activate. I'll go with my like gut feeling saying that it's on attack declaration where you attack Butler's effect. They can't respond to that Butler's effect to Raigeki. However, on resolution, no pranked monsters is still attacking or anything like that. So Sangan should have this window or this opportunity to activate.
All right, can I get a final answer, Pak?
I'm gonna lock in.
Unfortunately, you are incorrect. The Sangan is not allowed to activate here, and the reason why is because when an Armades style of effect is being applied, one of those effects that says if a certain monster attacks, your opponent can't activate anything until the end of the damage step. The reason why they cannot activate the Sangan is that these types of effects immediately start applying the moment the attack is declared, and only stop applying once you re-enter an open
that makes sense.
game
I
state.
should have thought about that.
So it's only
Yeah, I
once
should have
you
thought about
re-enter
that,
an open game state, and because the Sangan would trigger on resolution of the Battle Butler, you have not yet reached an open game state, so the effect of the Weather Washer is still being applied in this scenario.
Yeah,
so the Sangan is not able to trigger to activate.
This is why you can't overthink it, yo.
You can't be overthinking. So, Pack, are you ready for question number 7?
Yes, let's do it.
Here, you control a Prank Kids plan, a Prank Kids Dropsies, and a Prank Kids Lampsies. It's currently your opponent's main phase. Your opponent is going to be activating their Triple Tactics talent using the effect to take control of one of your monsters. Here, you chain the Prank Kids plan. You're going to be link summoning the Dropsies and the Lampsies in order to summon a Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo. And then when the Triple Tactics talent resolves, they will take control of your Dodo Doodle Doo. On resolution here, assuming your opponent has a Prank Kids spell or trap in their deck, which trigger effects here are allowed to be activated and by who?
If my opponent has a Prank Kids spell or trap in their deck, they can activate that trigger. And then you get the trigger for Dropsies and Lampsies. Okay, final answer.
Final answer, that's it? So you're saying the opponent gets to activate the Dodo Doodle Doo and you get to activate the Dropsies and the Lampsies?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
All right. Well, Pack, you are correct. Your opponent is the one who can legally activate the effect of the Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo, and you can activate the Dropsies and the Lampsies. In this situation, the reason why your opponent is the one who gets to activate the Dodo Doodle Doo is because they are the one who now controls it, even though you were the one who link summoned your Dodo Doodle Doo. It's actually very interesting because this is a little bit of a more recent change in the card database. There's a new ruling that was up, and here, let me show it to you real quickly. This is basically a new database entry that shows the same situation, but with the Sword Soul Shenying and Cyber Angel Natasha. This ruling effectively says that if you use your Natasha to take control of your opponent's Shenying, you're going to be the one that gets to activate the effect of your Shenying rather than your opponent, even though they were the one who controlled it at the moment when the trigger was met. So here, basically, this sets a precedent that anytime a card meets its trigger on the field, if it swaps control from one player to another, that player that now controls it when the effect would activate is the one that is able to activate the effect in the first place.
I think that I had this happen with when I was playing Shadal. They took my app Clone after I chained L to their tactics, and then he's app cloned my Schism, bro. So
yeah, that's a little bit more of a new ruling. A lot of tournaments had actually been ruling it the other way until this new precedent came out. And with this new precedent, this is how it now works. And honestly, I'm very happy with this. I think this is a very good way to rule this this specific interaction. So I have no complaints about this one. Currently 6 for 7, Pack. You have one more question in the way to see whether or not you get a 7 out of 8 and tie up everyone else at the top. Otherwise, and I'll make this really worthwhile for you. If you miss this one up, you're tied with Gage. So you don't want to be tied with Gage now, do you?
Jeez.
All right, are you ready to get into question number 8, the final one?
Yeah.
Last question. You control Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo and Prank Kids Rip Roarin' Roaster. Your opponent controls Dark Ruler Hades. Are you familiar with Dark Ruler Hades?
When you play retro format, you become familiar with this card.
Ooh, my man plays retro.
You become familiar with the synchro version of him, which does very similar things. I know you attack into a Sangan, they literally can't activate that Sangan until they put it back into the deck with Avarice, and then summon it and put it back in the grave. So it's actually insane.
All right, so in this situation, it is your opponent's battle phase. They're going to declare an attack with their Dark Ruler Hades onto your Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. At this point, your Meow Moo gets destroyed by that battle. After that, when your opponent attempts to leave the battle phase, you wish to activate the effect of your Rip Roarin' Roaster. Can you choose to banish the Meow Moo from the graveyard in order to activate the effect of your Rip Roarin' Roaster here during the end step of your opponent's battle phase?
So so I guess I framed it wrong when I said it before. When you're tying Sangan, Sangan's mandatory, so obviously it'll still activate. It just gets negated. So it's saying negate the effects of monsters destroyed by battle with fiend monsters you control. Oh wait, the question is, does it negate the Meow Mew in the graveyard? feel like you should still be able to banish it for cost, to be honest. You're not really using Meowmew's effect, you're using Rip Roaring's effect, you're just banishing the Meowmew for cost. I think, honestly, I'm just gonna go with that final answer.
So you're saying
So
you are allowed to activate the Meowmew's effect, well, not activate the Meowmew's effect in the graveyard.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
when
activating
you
Rip
activate
Roaring.
the Rip Roaring Roaster, you are allowed to banish the Meowmew in order to wipe your opponent's set Imperial Order and Infinite Impermanence.
Yeah, I believe so.
I
could be wrong on this one.
Can I get a final answer on this one, Pack?
I'm trying to think if this came up in like 2011, because definitely has when I played against zombies. They attack my like tree one frog and stuff like that. And then like my frog is just Sag. I guess I'll final answer. I'll go for it.
Pack, unfortunately, you are not allowed to banish the Meowmew with the Roaring Roaster. You can only tribute the Roaring Roaster itself. The reason why is because cards like Dark Ruler Hades and the Synchro version of the Dark Ruler Hades that you brought up, they all work the same way, that when, in this case, if a Fiend monster destroys the Meowmew by battle, the effects of the Meowmew in the graveyard are constantly negated. Because the Meowmew that is in the graveyard is constantly negated because it was destroyed by battle with the Dark Ruler Hades, the effect of the Meowmew that it can replace the tribute cost of one of your Prankins monsters is actually an unclassified effect, but because that effect in the graveyard is being negated, that unclassified effect is not something that you can apply, regardless of it being an effect that activates or not. So because it is an effect that you are not able to apply, you cannot banish it in place of tributing your Rip Roaring Roaster. In this case, you can only activate the Roaster by tributing itself,
that's
which
what
will in
I
turn
should have
wipe
went.
your opponent's back row.
Yo, 6 out of 8.
You tie up Gage. You tie up my man Gage. Very, very good. You even tied up Simo, bro. You're tied right there with Simo, with Gage. Yeah, dude. You're tied up with all the greats, man. All the greats. Pack, thank you so much for coming on, bro. This is a really good quiz. This is actually a good one. I threw you for a couple of loops. I threw some harder stuff. Honestly,
I think the hardest one was definitely this one and the one I got wrong. Like those, I'm just like, yo, I wasn't sure. But I think the one, I could have figured that one out. This number 8 one is going to be harder for me to figure out, I think. I'm just like not familiar with like the permanegate thing in the game. Like I wasn't sure on that one.
All right.
Someone summoned Hot Destiny me out of YCS. I'm leaving, bro. I'm leaving the room.
So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Ruling Quiz Video. This was so much fun, dude. Honestly, Pack was a great guest, dude. He actually, he was very confident with a lot of his answers. Very impressed by certain of the answers that he gave me. Sometimes I thought I was going to throw him for a loop, and he was like, nah, I know this. I know this like the back of my hand. Very impressed with how fast he's learned a bunch of rulings, with how, recently he started playing the game. So genuinely hats off to Pack. 6 out of 8 is not a bad score at all. Genuinely very happy, and this is a lot of fun, Pack. I hope that you guys learned something new in the YouTube, in the Twitch chat, and Pack yourself. I hope you learned something new as well. If any other Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creators want to be on this series, hit me up on Twitter or on Discord, and I will get you in for your very own ruling quiz. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, have a good one, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!